Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, JRC Restoration Decor and Designs, and my name is Phyllis. In today's video, I will be sharing with you a few DIYs and how I decorated my home downstairs, changing from fall into winter. I'm calling this falling into winter. I will not be home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, so I'll be putting up a few Christmas decor pieces, not a whole lot, because I won't be returning back until after February 14th. So I didn't want to come home to my home decorated with a full Christmas tree and mantle with a bunch of Christmas decor that I would have to take down. So I'm just transitioning from the fall, the colors that I had. If you watched that video, it had more of orange, more traditional colors of fall. I'm removing all of those and just going to the muted tones, basically using the colors that's in the rug that's in the living room, and then the colors that I had in my foyer entry, the muted tones with the sages and the greens, the beige and the white. That's what I'm basically using for my fall, not for my fall, but for my winter. But what you're seeing now are pampas stalks that I purchased from Amazon. And the reason why they're outside, the instruction says that they need to sit outside so they begin to be fluffed by the sun, which actually works, because when I pulled them out of the pack, they were very skinny and I was almost disappointed. I got a total of 10 for $29 and some change. So it's just a little over $30. And they're worth the money, because they're very tall and they fluff out really full. The only thing is they have a very distinct odor, not a pleasant one at all, but it only lasted for 2 weeks. So if you have a very sensitive stomach, you may not want this brand, but I'll link this in my description box below if you're interested. But they set out here in the sun. I put them out here. This was when I was on my lunch, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm no longer working that temporary job with my company. My contract ended November 10th. So I was very grateful for the time that I had to make the extra money. But back to the video. This instruction says to put these out in the sun for 5 hours at least, and it'll fluff out on its own. And to keep it from shedding so much, you can use extra strong hairspray, holding spray, which is what I did, and it actually works. It doesn't shed a lot, but it does shed some, and I really like this. But you'll see this in my living room when I show this. But also, I'll be sharing some other DIYs. I'll be doing the voiceover, because each video take that I did was kind of long, so I'm going to be shortening those. And what you will see right now is all of the DIYs that I created for my winter decor and for a little bit for Christmas. So if you're interested in seeing what I've done and everything that I've created, as well as towards the end, just showing a tour of how I decorated my home for winter, then just keep watching. And I want to thank you all for stopping by. So here we go. So here is the first DIY. If you remember, if you watched my fall decorate with me, my half bath, I created these 3 wall arts using and this is the frame that I'm showing that I took the first one out of, and then the glass piece. These were the pictures that I created for fall. I am now reusing it, and these 3 music sheets, they're on cardstock paper. 3 different music songs. I purchased these from Amazon. They came 3 in the pack. This one is Go Rest You Merry Gentlemen, The First Noel, and Silent Night. And I love the vintage look of these. All I'm doing is taking the sheets and I'm just going to glue it right on top. And I'm only putting a dot of glue in the 4 corners of the sheet, because I do originally want to take it off, because I'll be using these frames for different looks. But this is what I did to create art for my half bath downstairs in my bathroom. Okay, that's what it looks like framed. That's the first one, so I'm going to do the other 2, and I love it. So I am creating my own, or making my own DIY. I think they call it a Christmas village, but the reason why I'm showing this, I'm doing it from a box. And I made a little tall house. Here's a little house. I just pieced it all together, but I'm getting ready to cover it in paint. But let me show you some of the pictures that I found on Pinterest that I am copying. Okay, so here is something from Pinterest. You can see this little tall one that I'm doing, and I know in most of all that I see, they have a little church too, so I'm going to try to do that. And then the little house. So I've already cut it out. So what I'm getting ready to do is paint it. And then I'm going to give it a texture, I'm going to do the baking soda and paint texture, but I'm going to paint first to kind of cover all this because I don't have clay to go on top. But again, this is my inspiration. But I wanted to show you the little house, the tower house, I guess you can call that. And then the little house. See. So I just wanted to show you. And again, it's using this box. Here are some pieces right here where I'm going to make some more houses. And then this little thing I tried to do like 2 years ago, my own little, taking a practice tried to do my pampas thing like this and came out with this. But I'm going to kind of trim it and use it as one of the trees in the village. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this and then just let you see what it looks like painted. It'll probably need like 2 coats, and then I will let it dry and do the baking soda texture. Okay, here you'll see I put black tape around the edges because I didn't want the raw edge, like you see I'm pointing here. I didn't like that look on the outside of the house. I didn't do that for the windows, but and it was no biggie. I did that, and then the little texture you see is the baking soda. I'm also showing that I'm doing the jar, and this is for a winter decor. The jar has nothing to do with Christmas, but I've always wanted to do that with the jar. I'm just using the paint there, and I showed you the baking soda, and then it's the regular household paint that I'm using. You'll see the texture is the baking soda I sprinkled on there, and I let it dry, and then I painted. So this took more than 2 coats of paint. This took several coats of paint. I lost count. My island looked like a workshop. My kitchen island looked like a workshop for about 4 days, and I just got tired of, looking at how this was doing. So I was getting this over. I might try this again next year. I am going to show you what it looked like. And again, here's just the jug. The jug came out nice. You'll see that when I do the tour of what my home looks like. But here I'm just showing the texture of the baking soda, but I'm going to paint it. So like I said, with the cardboard box, I guess because of what the box is made of, it took more coats than I thought. I think I would have been better off ordering the textured spray paint in the can to get the full look that I wanted. And you see the little house, I still had that to do. So I was kind of like over being on my feet. It was just a very long day. So let me show you the next few DIYs that I created for winter and Christmas. Okay, now my next DIY are these 2 iron trees. These trees are like over 20 years old. They used to belong to my daughter's father. He gave them to me, and what I'm showing you, this is the part that was sticking in the pot. They were in clay pots, and they were sprayed with, I guess, the foam that hardens. So I had to actually cut these out because the pots had broken. These trees were wrapped with the twig branches and had the fake leaves on them. So I took it all apart because it was so old. I'm using this rope that I purchased from Amazon, and I had to separate it because I didn't order enough. But when I separated, I was able to get 3 strands out of this one rope. I was able to complete 1 tree. And the other one only halfway. I think I'm going to order some more and complete it later on as a later home decor piece. I love the way it turned out when I did finish the one. And you'll see that because I am going to be putting them in my bathroom with the signs, the Christmas signs that I just showed you. So I'm just showing you these 2 trees will be put in the bathroom. So again, I'm just showing you at the beginning of the video all of the DIYs that I'm creating, and then towards the end you'll just see all of them put in their places. So here's a sign that I painted over. I did a video. This used to be Marilyn Monroe, picture of Marilyn Monroe under here. It's actually a total of 2. And I just showed myself creating my own DIY. If you're interested in seeing how I did that, I'll link the video in my description box. This will be the 3rd time that I've covered this. The first time it was just the muted tones of the beige and the white, and here's one already covered completely, just regular paint, white household paint, nothing else, because I'm just going to do a little bit of something, just kind of, and this is going to be hanging in my bedroom over 2 chairs, and you'll see that. But I'm just showing here where I covered what it used to look like. It was just a taupe color and off-white, and then it was blue and taupe hanging over my fireplace and in the foyer entry. And there are the frames, but I was going to try to do this, try to copy this. I tried that, did not work out at all. So you'll see where the water down there, I tried to do a little something like that. It was turning out okay, but I kept having to paint over with white, and I said, you know, just scratch it. And you'll see what it looks like when I show it in my room. It turned out pretty decent, but I'm just reusing a lot of stuff that I have because I just really didn't want to buy anything. And again, I won't be home to admire this stuff for too long. So this is another DIY. I'm just recreating wall art to put in my bedroom. So let's get to the next DIY. We're almost done to where I can just then show you a tour of my downstairs and how everything is put in its place. And I want to thank you if you stuck with me this long. Thank you so much for your patience. So let's get with the next. I think I got like 2 more left. Okay, this is the next DIY. This vase is a vase that I redid when I was part of an RH dupe collaboration. I think it was like 2 years ago. And when I purchased this originally in 2009, I think I got it off of Craigslist, and it was a solid brown. This is an outdoor vase because there are holes at the bottom for water to drain. Well, when I purchased it, and in 2018, I changed it to a high gloss white. I liked it then. But then when I did this technique, this is just acrylic paint, different colors, gray, beige, black, white. You can see how I did this. I'll do that. I'll put that video in my link description box below. But you'll see the color that I've changed. This is what the stalks, the pompous stalks are going to stick in. I'm not going to show myself doing it, but you'll see what it looks like in my living room. So on to the next. So yes, this is the last DIY. So if you all watched my fall foyer entry makeover for 2023, was a riser, which is still going to be a riser, and I use different legs. These legs right here, I took them off, and now I'm going to be using these legs. They were white. They go to a TV stand that's in my office. I took the legs off of the TV stand. They were white, but I dipped them in some paint thinner to get the paint off, and I'm using this black paint right here to paint the feet. And then I'm going to be painting the trim around here, this trim right here of the riser. I've already covered the top with some old contact paper, this kind of marble contact paper that I purchased from Walmart years ago. I will be changing that out because I'll be showing you what it looks like when it's finished. There's a crinkle cut, but I wanted to complete this to have as a riser to put some Christmas decor on top of my island. I won't be putting anything on my island. There will be no setup of plates and mats. I've removed all of that for fall, and all I'm going to have is this riser, DIY riser, with my ginger jar and a Christmas sign and other things. I didn't want to overdo it again because I didn't want to come home and remove all this stuff. So this is what I'm using to put it all together, and then now what's coming up is what it looks like when it is done. Okay, so here is my DIY riser. There is crinkle in the paper. That's because the paper has been folded, but this is the covering on that is temporary because that's all I have right now. But this I will keep. I'm going to purchase some more paper and just remove that and put some that's not crinkled. But on this riser, I'm going to decorate it for Christmas, and this is all I'm going to have on my island. So I want to thank you all for sticking with me while looking at all of the DIYs. I didn't want to show myself recreating them all because this video would have been longer than what it already is. So the first thing you're going to see decorated, of course, since we are on the riser, is the riser, how I set it up for Christmas. And then I'll be showing you my half bath where I put the trees and the music signs. I also will be showing a Nutcracker Soldier that I did like 3 years ago in the bathroom. And then from there, I'll be showing my living room and then my dining room of how I recreated my own centerpiece using an old bathroom light fixture. So here it comes. I want to thank you all for stopping by and your patience. And here is my home decorated for winter and Christmas. Winter. Oh, and I didn't show up above my front door. I took down the pumpkins and everything, and just those are stocking hangers, but I just put the sign Joy up there, and then these little ceramic Christmas trees in this cart, and took the picture that was over the fireplace off the fireplace and put it out here, and then the picture light. I'll give you a night view as well, and then of course change the shades out. Now this is what I did to my living room, and I got new pillowcases and the little pompous stalks. And then this was a DIY I did, that was an RH dupe I did, and then I changed the color of it to give it a more of a cement look. And these pillow covers, I got these two pillow covers I got from Amazon. I love them. They're linen. Yes, there's a linen texture, and I'm just going with a neutral tone. These two pictures that was in the haul, and then this was the arrangement that was on my coffee table. It fit really good on the round mirror that was part of the when I created my little turntable side table for my fall. I took it and just actually glued just the leaves on the end so they wouldn't fall, and just made a little I took the pumpkins out, and you can see pineapple, or not pineapples, what are those things called, pine cones, and just hung it there. So this is just my touch of winter. I'm not putting up a lot of Christmas things because I won't be here for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I won't be back until after Valentine's Day, so I don't want to come home with Christmas stuff still up and still have to take it down. But I'm going with the neutral tones, and then I was just pulling out the colors that's in the picture. So I've changed my living room around, and you can see now the I also pulled the colors out of my area rug and just set everything this way. Okay, and I didn't change anything over there too much on my bookcase except the candles. They used to be orange. I did a texture on them. I was going to do like a birch wood look. I tried it and didn't work out, so I just gave them that texture with the baking soda and the acrylic paint. So that's the only change that's over here, is this candles. And then this picture was in my bedroom over my fireplace. I brought it down here, and I bought another picture light. And then this garland was on my buffet in the dining room. I took the flower garland out, and then just kept the eucalyptus garland to put up there. Okay, and then this table that was on the wall where the sofa is now, I like up against the fireplace, so I put it there. And again, I just rearranged my living room and set it up for winter. Okay, and oh, I wanted to show you all something. This vase is a Dollar Tree vase, and I took an old sweater that I had, and this was done years ago, and I covered the vase. You can see, yeah. But I like the way that turned out. And then I put those acorns there. They still work for winter. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my dining room table. I just did a little centerpiece But here is what I did with my dining table. This long piece is actually an old bathroom light fixture. I shared this in a video about 2 years ago, I guess 2 or 3 years, when I did my fireplace, and I had it on my dining room table as well. I'll share how I put this together. I have a piece of wood here that I set the bathroom fixture on, because this is where the light bulbs would go in, and then I trimmed it, and then here are napkin rings that I use for feet. Well, I'm putting some tissue, see right here is the tissue. I did have it hiding, but that's what's keeping the candles standing up straight. And then my birds, they have I love the colors in the tail. It kind of goes with the colors that's in my pillow in the living room, the dark green. So I'm going with the muted tones of the gold or the bronze. And then I got a few pops of silver bulbs in there. And then this was supposed to be a furniture cover that I got from Temu, and I was so disappointed when I opened it up, because I got it thinking it was going to cover the whole entire sofa over there, and it wasn't. So I said, well, I'll just use it as a runner. So I folded it into 3, and I used it as a little table runner. And this is just my Christmas centerpiece that I have here, and I like the way it turned out. And then what I did with my buffet, I have my reindeer sleigh from the Goodwill that I had for years ago, as well as my black trees, modern Christmas trees. Those were thrift. And then again, my artwork that I had for for fall. It's good for transitioning into winter as well. So this is all that I'm doing down here. Oh, and I think I've showed the little house that I did. And it turned out okay. If I had some lights, I think it would look even prettier if I had a light to go up under there. It would look really nice, but I don't have any more batteries and more lights. So I just set it up under there. And then the other side, I just took 2 pictures that I had upstairs and just brought them down here just so I can have something down there. But that's all that I'm doing downstairs here as far as Christmas and winter, is this table setting here and what I did up there. And then my island decorated for Christmas. Well, that's all that I have for you today for the decorating for falling into winter and just splashing it with a little Christmas that I have for you today downstairs in my home. My next video that I'll be uploading will just be how I decorated my bedroom for winter. I won't be showing it as a decorate with me. I will be doing it the same way when I shared how I did it for fall. And it basically looks the same. I just flip-flopped the colors. It'll still be the sage and creams and the grays, and then the artwork that I did. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing. I would love to read your comments. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family if you're new to this channel. And for my faithful viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for your faithful viewing support. And I want to thank you all for stopping by.